What's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, and I'm bringing you a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 gun guide for ground war, and today we'll be going over the Taq V. Now, the Taq V actually used to be one of my favorite guns here in Modern Warfare 2 whenever the game first dropped, and I still stand by that the Taq V is a great gun. However, I just don't really think it's the world's greatest gun for ground war, as it can be a little difficult to control at times, and it can also be a little inconsistent because of its difficulty to control. And the reason I say the Taq V is difficult to control is because from the first and second shot there is a huge gap. And yes, the Taq V does get easier to control over time, but if you miss pulling down at the right time and the right amount, you're going to miss a lot of shots with this gun. And on top of that, the mag size is really small, coming in at 20 rounds. Now, I still think this gun is amazing for 6v6 and 10v10, but in ground war, it's going to require a special class setup that, well, maybe not everybody is going to like. And the reason I say that is because, in my opinion, I think extended mags in this game are terrible. The reason I say extended mags are terrible is they just hurt the overall mobility of a weapon just way too much in this game. On top of that, there's some really weird weapon bouncing and visual recoil effects that you get from having extended mags on your gun compared to not having extended mags on your gun. So as for that reason alone, I just don't like putting extended mags on any gun I use, and that includes the 20 round mag Taq V. I do not like the way the 30 round mag feels, and therefore if you're not an accurate player, you're probably not going to like my build for this gun. Now, I will say, if you really just need that extended mag, then take off maybe high velocity or the laser. But again, I just don't really think taking off any of those attachments are going to be beneficial, and I'm going to go over why. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at my ground war build for the Taq V. So as we could see, I have the Tempest GH50 muzzle, which is going to clamp that vertical jump between the first and second shot by a lot. We have the 18-inch Precision 6 barrel, the Lock Grip Precision 40 underbarrel, high velocity rounds, and the 1mW laser. And as per usual, for the next 5 seconds, a new tune will appear on your screen. Again, I don't really like to cover tunes too much because I don't really feel they make or break the gun. It's more personal preference, so change it around as you see fit. So now I'll explain to you guys why I chose each individual attachment for this gun. Number one, we needed that Tempest GH50 muzzle to really clamp down on that first to second shot accuracy. With this muzzle on, it's going to be improved drastically, and we're not going to have to compensate as much, meaning we can spend more time hitting our shots and more consistently. On top of that, I wanted to include the barrel on this gun to really extend out the damage ranges. Since this gun has a really strong damage profile, I wanted to go ahead and capitalize on that strength of this gun, and it really helps out, especially in a mode such as ground war, where the ranges are a little bit more stretched. Then I have the Lock Grip Precision 30 underbarrel, and I love this underbarrel for many reasons. The main reason is it's really good at recoil control in both the horizontal and vertical direction. But on top of that, it also cuts down on gun bobbing when you're strafing left and right, so you can be a lot more accurate and spend more time hitting your shots while also evading shots. Then I have the 1mW laser, which is one of my favorite lasers to use in the game because it doesn't give away your position like a lot of lasers. On top of that, it really cuts down on gun bobbing as well as idle sway, which if you guys don't know, idle sway is always active in this game, and the Taq V has some heavy idle sway. So if you don't cut down on that idle sway, you're basically going to have some random recoil, and it can be very difficult to use this gun down even longer ranges. And again, we already know that recoil isn't the strongest suit of this gun because of that first to second shot accuracy. And then we have high velocity, because I'm not going to lie, the bullet velocity on this gun isn't really great with the attachments we have thus far, and we're going to need to increase that in order to use it at longer ranges. So this is why I really didn't want to put a extended mag on this gun. I would rather be more careful about the shots I'm taking and really just master the recoil that the gun has with this setup, and then just try to be as accurate as possible. And I think that's something that I would recommend for you guys to do as well, is really just try to get the recoil down and then pick and choose your shots. Because if you do so, you won't run out of bullets and you'll be able to take on many enemies at once, which is where the Taq V shines. Now, I am also going to let you guys know that you should pair this gun with fast hands. And the reason you're going to want to pair this gun with fast hands is because we do only have a 20 round mag. And on top of that, the reload time for it being a 20 round mag is not as fast as I'd like it to be. So I think by having fast hands on, you will benefit massively, especially if you're someone who isn't, well, the most accurate player out there. And let's go ahead and take a look at the hard-coded stats for our final product. So as we can see, our muzzle velocity is improved to almost 1,000 meters per second, which still is not where I would like it to be. I always like to have my guns a little over 1,000 if possible, if not 1,100 plus, just so that way I'm not compensating down longer ranges. And on top of that, our mobility isn't really hurt too much, so it's pretty much the same as stock. But our ADS time definitely has taken a hit at around 426 milliseconds, and I'm not gonna lie, coming from me, this is actually a little bit better than, well, some of my other builds. But as you can see, where this Taq V really shines is going to be the damage ranges as well as the recoil control. We can see that not only is our vertical recoil really clamped down, but also the horizontal is as well, giving us a nice and easy gun to control. And on top of that, we can make sure our 20 round mag is, well, being made most of. So that's about all I have for the Taq V. Overall, it is a very strong gun. I really do enjoy using this gun. However, I do think that, well, there are better options, and that mag size is pretty small. And on top of that, the recoil can be tricky at times, but other than that, the gun is good, it has strong ranges, and overall, it's a pretty powerful gun. Now, let's go ahead and move into the gameplay for the rest of this commentary, because I'd like to just go on what is going on in my mind for the rest of the gameplay. So, I got my gunship here, and again, I always preach this whenever I am playing ground war, is I go for vehicles instantly with the gunship over infantry. And the reason for that is simply whenever you destroy vehicles, you're going to allow for your team to gain a lot more map control. And there's nothing more satisfying than seeing two vehicles right next to each other because I get to take them out nice and quickly. So another thing I want to make mention of is I am going to be doing a gameplay breakdown in the style that I did for the 10v10 video in ground war. And I think it's going to help you guys out a lot because it's going to go over spawn logic. It's going to go over, positioning, like where I'm looking and all that kind of stuff, since, well, I don't really have an eye tracker for you guys, but I think it will be helpful and you guys will be able to see a lot of different things. So anyways, back to the gameplay here. I'm pushing up to E. It's the last flag the enemies own, and I'm always near an enemy flag because I'm trying to get the most kills possible. I am pretty much in the top 100 for kills. I think I'm like number 120 or something, so I'm always chasing kills. And right here I am at E because this is where the most spawn traffic is going to be. Now I get hit by a gas grenade, which is unfortunate, so I'm trying to use a little bit of movement, try to take these enemies out. And it was very risky because I was one shot, but I ended up surviving, but I didn't get any more kills. And I see there's an APC over this way, and the APC is a mobile spawn point. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look to see if there's any enemies coming out of the APC. And since I got about 1 or 2 kills, I don't want to be too greedy, and I'm go ahead and I'm looking for some more enemies that might be spawning in their HQ, trying to go for E again, since we captured it. And that way I can go ahead and defend it here, maybe get some defense kills, get some more score towards my score streaks. And I also noticed that a lot of these guys were pretty heavy on spawning into their own HQ. So I am going to be paying attention to that because, well, I could get some free and easy kills off these guys that are back here. Just, I don't know what they're doing, but yeah. So, and I can also get them on rotation to E while I'm up here in this building, pushed up a little bit. Now I do have to be careful because spawn protection can get me killed if I'm trying to peek these guys that are in the HQ. And I'm aware of that, so I'm pretty much, if I see they have spawn protection, I'm not going to keep shooting at them. I'll back off and try to go for somebody else. I throw a portable radar down because we don't have a UAV up and I want to see if there's anyone around. And right there, someone was picked up on a portable radar, which allowed me to get a free and easy kill on him. And the VTOL is getting some kills. I placed my stealth bomber horizontally. I don't like doing that on this map because it doesn't really get a lot of kills. But we had all the flags and I wasn't really sure if I was going to get anything else. But anyways, that's going to about wrap it up for this video. I will bring you guys some more gameplay breakdowns so you can have a better idea of what's going on in my mind, but I always like to do it whenever I have a little extra time on these class up videos. Anyways, I think I dropped like 98 kills and like 3 deaths or something here with the Taq V, so this class setup's pretty good. Give it a try, let me know what you think of it, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day.